I saw this post the other day and I retweeted it, and I think this is really important and it's directly related to this situation. So this is coming from Alejandro on Twitter. It says, after 10 years of being in crypto and trading, I need to address what's currently happening in our space. This isn't just another market cycle. It's something far more concerning. The reality check. Meme coin trading has become a 24/7 sprint where you're considered late after just 15 minutes. Hence tools like Ape.pro, by the way. Holding for 6 to 12 hours is seen as long-term. Hence, of course, tools like Ape.pro. Every new token launch feels like a trap. Let's be honest about what we're seeing. The speed. These aren't market cycles anymore. They're market seizures, where you need to be glued to your screen every second just to avoid being late. Something's fundamentally broken. The scams. The number of rugs, honeypots, and outright fraud is staggering. It's not just about doing your research anymore when you have minutes to make a decision. The burnout. I've traded through bull markets, bear markets, and everything in between. But this is different. The constant rotation, the 24/7 FOMO, the endless parade of next big things, it's exhausting, and even for the most seasoned folks. And I'd have to say, I've been in crypto since 2016, so going on 10 years now, and I have to completely agree. The community impact. We're burning out builders who are chasing a dragon that doesn't exist. Real projects can't compete with pump and dumps masquerading as communities. And this is something I think a lot of people get upset with me about. Anytime somebody's like, oh, I love the community, I immediately dump that token on that trash community. Community is just a term to influence people to be exit liquidity, okay? If you are part of a community, be very aware that you are basically exit liquidity for developers running a scam on your ass. And that's basically the hard truth about all of it. And I guess I just read the hard truth right here, hence why I use that term. But at the end of the day, if you're promoting that you have a strong community and want to basically build a community as a cryptocurrency project, but you don't have real tech and real utility behind the token, then it's a trash token. It's a trash product and nobody should invest in it. That's how I feel about it. And that includes a lot of these forks of kaspa. It includes even like all these different proof of work coins that are getting forked from Kapow, from Raven Coin, all down the list. Like a lot of them have that, well, it's the community. It's the community. You know what? Your community. All right. End of the day, fuck it. Okay. We don't care about your community. Build something worthwhile and I'll come look at it. Tell me that your community is great and I'm going to ignore your project from here on out. Okay. Done. I'm done with it. Here's the hard truth. It's not sustainable. And I completely agree with this. We've talked about this before, but we have a very, very different bull run on the horizon. Okay. And the thing is that we have more coins than available liquidity by a large margin. And what this means is that we're going to have a completely different altcoin market. And because you have retail looking at this and seeing all the pump and dumps, etc., they're also going to be more apprehensive to investing into alternative cryptocurrencies because it's just too dang hard to find the good projects. And at the end of the day, they're not going to want to invest in anything with such a high risk profile, especially when there's millions upon millions of new tokens being generated every single day, just so people can basically snipe bot you and run away with your money. You can have all the tech in the world, says Dom, but if you don't have the right people, it won't work. The right people create the right tech. You can't have the right tech without the right people, meaning that essentially, if the right people are in place, the tech is there. Odin says the community only dumps coins on you. Exactly. And Lefty said, I like the joke, come join the Pyron community. Great fundamentals. Oh, man. Liquidity is going to meme coins, says Crypto Crag, and retail is broke. Eggs are $7, milk $5, and a box of crackers is $6, and it's insane. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you're not wrong. We are in a position where there is less money in retail for people to be dumping on cryptocurrency. And the fact of the matter is that a huge run up in the previous cycle was because of disposable income due to the reimbursements that the Biden administration was giving people during COVID. And we don't have that same availability. Now, what's my hope? What's the light at the end of the tunnel? A reduction in taxes for the regular 9-to-5 working class that enables them to have additional disposable income that they can then invest. And I think that is really where you see some light, like I said, at the end of the tunnel, is having that availability due to tax cuts. Now, we haven't seen any of those tax cuts yet, and no announcements either. So it's really kind of sitting back and waiting to see if that comes into fruition. If it doesn't come into fruition and we only continue to see rising interest rates and, basically rising costs in energy, which is another factor, especially if you're a crypto miner, if we keep seeing that continue in down the path that it's already gone down, we just aren't going to have the same altcoin market that we had in previous cycles. There's just not enough disposable income for that to be viable. Now, if we look at something like the stock market, for example, right, we can see that the top performers are continuing to outperform. This is a consolidation of, essentially all of the economy into the top 1%, essentially. And a lot of the small cap stocks are failing. They're just kind of being propped up, right? Like the S&P 500 is being propped up by, Apple, Nvidia, Amazon, right? And those continue to rise in value while everything else just starts to slowly bleed out. And we're seeing that exact same thing in cryptocurrency, right? We're starting to see the rise and rise and rise of Bitcoin while everything else bleeds out. And unless there's some deregulation in both spaces and a reduction in taxes to give people additional income to spend, unless these things happen, it's going to continue to go down that path. And you're much better well advised to be invested in Bitcoin, Apple, Nvidia, and those top runners. And that's really only going to let you eat off the bottom barrel of retirement, right? It's not going to let you, find multi-generational wealth, right? That's not going to happen if you keep consolidating everything to the top. Disruption is extremely important, and you need to enable disruption by reducing regulation. I hope you enjoyed this clip from the Crypto Mining Show. If you would like to see more from this particular episode, take a look up here. Don't forget to also subscribe to the channel. And if you want to support me directly, you can go to sonofatech.locals.com and become a member. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next Tuesday.